Hi everybody, my name is Lisa Lobrecht. I'm the Retreat Alchemist. I want to talk to you a little bit today about your story and what that means in relation to running a retreat. You know, our stories are part of us. We can't change them, but there's times where you need to have dealt with any issues or trauma so that you can move forward. At a retreat, whether it be a business retreat, a craft retreat, a health retreat, spiritual self-development, anything, people come together, particularly women, and they start sharing. They start talking about their pain, their happiness, there's laughter and there's tears. And I've seen this happen at so many different retreats. So that's why it's really important to know what your story is, what your triggers are, if you have any, and how you're going to deal with any triggers if they occur. You know, I've got a couple of really pain points for my life and I'm happy to share them. One was I was in a domestic violence relationship for a long time and I've dealt with that. I couldn't think of any stories that would come up that would trigger emotions in me that I couldn't cope. Another pain point for me was my parents divorced when I was in my 30s and I really struggled with that, and that there are moments when I am upset by that, but again, I couldn't think of any trigger points. The third one is just recently my best friend passed, and I know for me that that is a really strong trigger point. And I know in this near future that if stories come up about, particularly about best friends passing and that bond, then for me, I can get quite upset. So I need to find a way to deal with that. And that's why knowing your stories when you're at a retreat is really so important. Knowing how you're going to deal with those emotions and having a plan when they come up. I did hear of one retreat facilitator being triggered by a story by one of her participants, and she was then in a fetal position, couldn't get out of bed for 3 days, and another participant had to step up and step in and take over her role. I've also heard stories of just not being able to function and not being there 100% because suddenly you're in the midst of it and dealing with your own stuff, and yet you've got to be there 110% for your participants. Now, I've also had people say to me, I'm doing a business retreat, people won't bring up their stories. Yeah, they will. Hate to break it to you, but often when you bring people together, and women particularly, those discussions will start. And it can be something little as little as saying, oh, you know, yeah, I'm divorced and, you know, it was really hard, there was violence, blah, blah, blah. And something inside us might suddenly go, oh my gosh, I thought I'd dealt with that and I really haven't. So when you're planning your retreat and leading up to it, really think about your story, how much you're going to share, and what you're going to do with that. If you want to explore this further, and I really encourage you to, please click on the link under this video and it can take you to some more information. So more information to think about, how to deal with things, and how to also support other retreat facilitators that you might come across that are not clear on their story, because it is really important. It's one of those clear foundations along with the why of retreats, why you're doing it. If you haven't seen my video on the why of retreats, there'll be also a link under this video, and I hope you find that interesting as well. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.